This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Okay, Vijay. Let's start. Open your Putty session. Yeah. Okay. Let me recall previous class, guys. So we started Docker. So Docker is called as containerized tool. Okay. So here, why we are using Docker means, so the main usage is infrastructure cost, guys. Okay. In real time, there will be so many servers required. Okay, so we'll maintain different applications, databases, technologies in your organization. And for that purpose, like, we would maintain number of servers, thousands of servers if it is a critical project or big project, like ICICI Bank. Okay, so maybe WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook. So huge number of servers required. So day to day life, the project cost, I mean, like the hardware cost, if you see, like if you maintain your own data center, the hardware cost is very like huge. Okay. So you have to spend huge amount and time taking also, it's time taking also, like in terms of hardware maintenance, creation, operating installation, everything, like building your different environments like development, testing, production. So all these things, very hectic work, huge number of teams required. Okay, so like to reduce all these things, to avoid all these things, day to day, like different technologies we are like adding to like a infrastructure, like previously, guys, before Docker, VMware we used to work with. Okay, VMware is also similar to Docker, but VMware is not free of cost. Okay, so on top of your own data center, VMware we used to, I will explain about the differences, don't worry. Okay, so Ganesh is saying that my voice is not audible. Is it for everybody or only for Ganesh?
I can hear you nicely.
You're able to hear me, right? Okay, so
Yes, sir.
Ganesh, please rejoin. Yeah. Okay. So, and very easy to maintain in terms of Docker. Very easy, guys. Like creating, maintenance, restart, start, recreating different environments. Very easy. All like maybe seconds work. Okay, so within 10 seconds, within 15 seconds, and obviously the number of uh, uh, servers up, we are maintaining servers here. So guys, container is nothing but, you can call it as a logical server only, but it's completely open source tool. And like, we are not actually maintaining the server, I mean the physical or your EC2 instance. Instead of 5 to 6 EC2 instance, only one EC2 instance we are maintaining. Actually, Docker is very small footprint, small OS, guys. It doesn't have all the things, the junk and all, nothing will be there. So if you take normal your Windows operating system, when you install on top of your laptop, you'll get so many things which we don't know. We don't require also. If you go to control panel, you can see number of applications. We don't know what applications those are. Right. So by default, you will get so many things. That's the reason your OS size will be like 3 GB, 4 GB, the ISO image size. But in terms of Docker, it will be in MB only. Okay, nah. So like nothing will be there inside your container. Only what application you need, that application related thing and compulsory things only will install inside a container. Okay, everything you will manage it from Docker host only. If something like here that application example, as I told in last class, we discussed about microservices and monolithic application. So monolithic means all the functionalities you are running together in one server, that is called as monolithic application. If one application, one functionality you want to down, maybe you want to take maintenance, compulsory you have to shut down the whole application because it's a monolithic altogether running. But in microservices, so as I told, functionality wise, they will divide the code and they will maintain applications functionality. One functionality as one functional one application in different servers. Basically, that is called as microservice. Very easy to manage. And something happened to problem with one of the functionality means you no need to like shut down other functionalities. Still others will be running. So these kind of advantages we do have. Okay, now let's recall those commands also. Have you installed Docker already, Vijay? Can you show me Docker info? Docker
Yes,
space
sir.
info.
Installed, sir.
Yeah, run it. Docker space info. So guys, Docker
Sir,
info will show you.
deactivate it, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Yeah,
Deactivate.
yes, please. So if you run Docker info command, you will get information which version you are using and all. Yeah. So it's not yet started. Make it enable also. Always the best practice is enable your service as well. So enable means like even something you rebooted your server, it will come back automatically. This Docker also with your OS itself, this service will come. Enable, enter. So now Docker info will show you full information. So what is the Docker version you are using and all. Okay, now clear the screen. Clear the screen. Okay. So can you run Docker space images? Docker space images. So what it does, it will show you how many images are available. So as of now, I don't have. It seems a brand new server. So guys, where I install Docker, that is called as Docker host. Okay, now my EC2 instance is a Docker host. Right now, I don't have any images. It's a brand new image. Now do Docker PS, Docker space PS. See, as of now, I don't have anything. So even containers also not running. Let's create it. Docker run -dat. Yeah, what is -dat? I will explain, guys. So as of now, just remember, yeah, -dat space your image name. So guys, like we do have so many images. Can you go to Google once? Docker Hub. Can you log into Docker Hub? Log in. So Docker Hub is the official website, guys. So Docker Hub is the official website. Okay, see, like you here already so many images they are maintaining Docker Hub. Okay, so whenever I install Docker in my operating system, I'll get this Docker Hub information. So whenever I'm trying to create a new container, go back. Go to putty session. Docker run -dit. So example CentOS image I want to take. Okay, so from where this image name it will pick? Write down CentOS, CentOS or Ubuntu or whatever you need. So I am taking CentOS. Don't give space, one space only. CentOS. First it will check locally. Locally means in the same server. Do we have that image? Enter. See, unable to find image locally. Locally means in the same server. Now it's downloading from Docker Hub. That image. That image should be there either local or in Docker Hub. Then only it works, guys. It's not like randomly I given CentOS. That image should be there already. Either local or central. That Docker Hub. Now do Docker images and Docker PS both.
Sir, what is Docker Hub?
Docker Hub is a website name. I can call it as a registry.
Okay,
So where official images I can find out.
okay,
Docker official images.
okay.
It is the place where Docker official images will be there. Okay, so that is called as Docker registry.
Sorry, if anyone downloads Docker, then automatically you get connected to Docker Hub.
Exactly, you're right. By default.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes. So that is called as registry. So for your organization, you can create a repository. Also, repository means a place, a folder, I can say, where you can place your own images also. I will show how to create your own images also. Okay, na? You can place your images also there. Yeah. See, guys. Now Docker images means first that downloaded CentOS image will be downloaded to your local. With that, the container will be so image is nothing but snapshot of your OS, and with that image you build your container. So container is running instance of your OS, guys. Okay, with one image you can build any number of containers. So same in EC2, if you go to AWS, with one AMI I am able to build any number of EC2 instance. Same concept. So example, I have two laptops. With one DVD I can install two operating. Same concept this also. Okay, na? Yeah, now let's build one more container with the same CentOS. Now this time it won't go to central. See, guys, because already that CentOS is available in my operating system, my Docker host. It won't go to central Docker Hub. From here itself, now do Docker PS. See, I have two running containers. So logically, those are operating systems now. I can install whatever I need. One functionality I will run in one container. One more functionality I will run in one more. So I will set up the communication by default, guys, they can talk to each other by using IP address. Okay, now so each container has one IP address. By using that IP, they can talk to each other. So example, how they communicate, generally the first server IP they will put in second server IP. Configuration applications will be there, right? In first container one application, second container one application. I mean functionality they're running as one application, right? So there will be code. So first server IP they will maintain in second server in the configuration, the setting file. So automatically when they need a communication, they can talk to each other by default, guys. Okay, now from where these containers consuming the storage, RAM, CPU? Obviously from Docker host. Can you run Docker space stats? Docker space stats. It will show you each container consuming how much RAM, how much CPU, how much network bandwidth it's consuming. Enter. See, guys, right now I have two containers. So each container consuming CPU as of now nothing. Almost see 0% CPU, 1 MB memory, like 0.12 percentage memory. Memory means RAM. See, network bandwidth, storage, very small footprint. Okay, now you can install applications, whatever you need inside your container. Come out, press Q. Control C. Yeah. Now clear the screen. So guys, same like as I told, these are also logical operating systems. I can stop them, I can start them, I can restart them. Do Docker PS, Docker space PS. Hmm. So how to stop them? Do Docker stop container ID or container name. You can use any one of them. Docker stop. So shut down means. So guys, I'm shutting down. In Docker PS now it won't show you. Can you run Docker PS? See, only running containers it will show you. If you need a stopped containers also means Docker PS-a you have to type it. It will show both of them. Just a minute. Okay, so see here. So Docker PS space-a will show both of them. Exited. Can you check that exited status under status button, status tab? Check that. Can you highlight that? See, exited means stopped, and up means running. Okay, again you can start it. Stopped container, you can start it. Docker start, you can restart it. Restart means restart, shut down and restart. Again start. So check that now. Now Docker PS will show you both of them. You can say it started 4 minutes. See how easy it is. General OS, if it is normal EC2 instance or your a VM or physical server, it will take minimum 5 minutes. At least 2 to 3 minutes it will take to start, to stop. But see, seconds, hardly seconds, because nothing will be there inside a container, guys. So container is as of now shell. It's a logical OS. Everything you will manage from Docker host only, guys. Even the storage part, even CPU, RAM, everything. That is the advantage here. So we are not providing any dedicated storage. I mean, example, maybe I will explain about VMware and Docker experience differences. That time you can understand that. As of now, how to remove them? How to remove container? Okay, stop means only shut down. You can start it back again. But remove means deletion completely. Out. Example, one of the container I don't need now. I can delete it. How? Docker stop. First stop it. Docker stop container ID. Yeah. Then Docker RM container ID. I'm deleting. Completely I deleted. Now do Docker PS. Even PS-A won't show you. Run PS-A because you completely removed the container. Okay, now clear the screen. Yeah. Now next thing is okay. Now let me explain the differences between VMware and Docker. Okay, now why we are going with Docker instead of VMware? What is VMware? I will explain. Okay. So please let me know once you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is VMware means? So guys, around 20 years back, okay, now there is, we don't have all these things like Docker, VMware. Okay, only example I want to start my organization means compulsory I should maintain my own data center. 20 years back, there is no uh, like virtualization concepts. Okay, now compulsory I should maintain my own data centers. 20 years back, 25 years back, compulsory, like if I start my own IT product, like any application, website, compulsory I should have my own data center. So in data center, see, this is your hardware. Here only will maintain the servers, 1, 2, 3. So these are called as physical servers, guys. If you have your own data center and you're running the servers on top of physical hardware, that is called as physical host, physically available. Okay, now those servers, but very costly. If you need 1,000 servers, see this total box is called as enclosure. Okay, now here in one enclosure 16 servers will be there, 1, 2, 3, like this, 16 slots, 16 OS we can install. That means for 1,000 operating systems, maybe different technology, different environments, development purpose, testing purpose, production purpose. Okay, so 1,000 servers means how many like data, how many enclosures I have to maintain. So 1,000 servers I have to build means around how many like enclosures, guys? I think 65, 60 plus 6, right? So around 60 plus enclosures I have to maintain. Obviously, like building, I have to take very big building. My data center should be very huge size. The number of people will be more, because you need data center engineer to maintain the hardware. So again, storage will not be there available in this servers directly. Only internal storage 150 or 300 GB available. Remaining again storage team will take care. Over the network only they will add the network to these servers. Again, storage team required. Network team separate. System admin separate. Who install the operating systems and applications here. So backup team separate. So power to administrate power team separate. So number of teams you need more if you have your own data center. So okay, so that is again, so it increases your project cost in terms of salaries, in terms of your building. Obviously, number of servers more means work also more. Okay, later around maybe 2005, of course, in 2000 itself, I think VMware is there. Yes. Okay, so before that, initially only hardware. After that, VMware comes into picture. What is VMware means? So here, generally, this assume that this is my hardware. You need one operating system, one application you want to install. So I don't have VMware concept. Assume that. So directly, if generally that application need hardly like a 4 GB RAM, 4 CPUs. That's it. But assume that this hardware has 16 GB RAM and 16 CPUs. Just assume that. So that's waste only. Like I can't use because already I installed application, operating system and application. I cannot use that hardware for another OS now, another application. Unnecessarily, see, resource wastage if you have your own, direct physical host. So that's where later VMware concept comes into picture. What is VMware means? VMware is one of the product. It's a third party product. Again, it's not free of cost. Okay, na? You can install on top of this as a OS. It's not OS actually. It provides like a OS kind of shell on top of this hardware. If you install that VMware product, okay, na, you will get a shell then. And in single hardware up on top of that VMware, you can install again 5 or 6 or 10 operating systems logically. Only one hardware actually. This one. This is here generally I can install only one operating system. But by using VMware, I can virtualize this hardware. Virtually, okay, so I can install 5 or 10 operating systems. So in that way, I'm reducing my wastage. How much you need? That much only you are adding. Okay, for example, one application need 4 GB RAM, 4 CPU. Totally 16 GB RAM and 16 CPU in this. So when I install, once I install VMware, so whenever that application guy came to me, so here I will create a VM, virtual machine. So there are some tools for that. Okay, now so how to install and all, it's out of matter right away. So by using those tools, I will install VM here, operating system with 4 GB RAM and 4 CPU. And like that, remaining space, remaining CPU, RAM also I can use it for other VMs. Maybe you can install 5 VMs or 10 VMs based on the space and storage, RAM availability here. In the same way, remaining hardware also. So like that, so by using VMware, okay, example, this is hardware that operating this hardware, this one. Okay, na? Here by using VMware, you are adding a hypervisor. Actually, VMware is not a OS, guys, but kind of. It's not like your Windows or MacBook kind of OS. So it provides a shell to you to again install operating systems. So we call it as hypervisor. It is hardware hypervisor, guys. Hypervisor means it allows you to install again operating systems on top of one hardware. It allows you to install multiple operating systems, and all of them you can use in single shot. Okay, so example, this is hypervisor, means VMware. On top of hardware, directly you can install it. So no operating system required. Directly hypervisor you can install as a OS. That VMware you can install as a OS. On top of it, you can install the VMs, operating systems. VM means. Why we are calling it as VM? Virtual machine. VM means not directly we are installing, right? It's not a physical servers now. VMA virtual machines. Okay, now by using this hypervisor, virtually we are building this operating system. So here, like example, while creating, you have to mention that how much RAM you need. So total example, assume that this hardware has 16 GB RAM and 16 CPUs and maybe 300 GB storage. So while creating each VM, I have to take from this only. Maybe 2 GB RAM, 2 CPU. How much you need? That much. Okay. So dedicated things are required here, like RAM, how much CPU. So if you while building this one, you take example 4 GB RAM, 4 CPU, maybe 100 GB storage. You cannot use the same again. This is blocked only again. Once you create this VM, once you started this VM, even though this VM not using this much CPU, RAM, storage, it will be blocked for that particular VM only. Now example, my application there, maybe currently it is consuming only 1 GB RAM, but still the remaining 3 GB also will be there with that VM only, because dedicated storage and resources required here. Okay, here by using this VMware, you are sharing the hardware resources directly for your VMs. So basically, this is called as VMware. Sorry, virtualization, guys. Virtualization is nothing but sharing the hardware resources directly from hardware by using hypervisor is called as Okay, virtualization.
Sir, hypervisor is a tool for VMware to making the like
VMware, we are calling it as a hypervisor.
okay. So first of all, in the hardware, we need to install hypervisor. You mean?
Yes, a VMware. VMware itself a hypervisor. Okay, VMware is a hypervisor. So we are calling it as a hypervisor. Hypervisor means like it allows us to share the hardware resources. So VMware product is a hypervisor tool. Okay, now example. Let's take Apple, maybe Samsung. All are mobiles, right? It's a normal mobile. Everything we call it as mobile only. Yes or no? Samsung is also mobile. Apple also mobile. What is mobile? Mobile allowing us to like maybe to call to others, maybe to install applications and all. Same way, like this hypervisor allowing us to share the hardware resources. So VMware is a hypervisor. It's a logical like a generic term. Okay, so VMware is one of the product to share the resource hardware resources. So it is called as hypervisor. It's not a separate tool. Hypervisor is not tool name. It's a generic name. Okay, the tool which is allowing us to share the hardware resources is called as hypervisor. It's a generic term. Okay. So here, like whenever someone asked you what is VMware, or maybe what is the difference between virtualization, I will explain about containerization also. So you have to explain these things, guys. So let's take what is containerization. I will take. So this is hardware. Okay, na? Maybe it can be your AWS hardware. It can be your physical hardware. Okay, so on top of it, first we are installing OS. Maybe we are installing EC2 instance first. So EC2 is a OS, right? Your operating system. On top of it, we are installing Docker as an application. Docker we are installing. And then we are building our containers. Okay, so first of all, what is containerization? So here we are not taking hardware resources directly. First, we installed OS. Like it can be your EC2 instance. EC2 instance is OS only, right? On top of AWS hardware, you install EC2. EC2 is a VM operating system. On top of it, I install Docker. On top of it, I am creating containers. But here, first directly on top of hardware, VM, that VMware. No OS, no operating system like Windows, Linux, we are not installing. First VMware like tools we are installing as a hypervisor. Okay, now on top of it, we are building VMs. So basically here, hardware resources we are taking directly assigning to our VMs. That is called as virtualization. So containerization means first we build our OS. Okay, now it can be your physical operating system or VM. First VM like we are building. OS we installed, easy to install. On top of it, Docker application we installed. On top of it, we build our containers. See, here OS resources we are taking. Okay, now so where you install Docker, right? Where you are running your containers, that OS resources we are taking. Not from hardware directly, we are not taking. So your OS consuming your hardware and your OS resources you are consuming. Okay, na? Second one, Docker is a free version, open source. Second. So whenever they ask any like the question like difference between VMware or Docker, difference between virtualization or containerization, same answers. So here guys, if you remember, while creating container, am I giving any like information like how much CPU you have to use, how much RAM you have to use, how much storage you have to use? Am I giving any information like that?
No.
No. So no dedicated RAM CPU. So how much it need it will take. Example, right now just I installed some HTTPD application. Assume that. Here also one more HTTPD application I have. So currently how much load it has. Example, my total OS has 16 GB RAM, 16 CPU. Okay now. So now currently this HTTP only load we have 1 GB load we have. So for this application, only that much it will consume. Remaining still 15 GB will be with this OS only. It won't touch the remaining. How much it needs, that much it will take at any point of time. So no dedicated RAM CPU required. Example, morning time this one is busy. This application has more load. I assume that. So evening time this application may have less load, more load. So in that case, like the kind of situation. So this is very useful, guys. Dedicated RAM not required for your containers. Of course, we can give also, but by default it's not required. How much you need, that much it will pick. It won't be blocked by your container. Okay, that is third advantage. And fourth one, maintenance takes time. Maintenance in the sense like creation, deletion. Okay, like creation, deletion, maybe recreation, maybe different environments we have, right? So it takes time. The minimum to create it will take 5 minutes, like 2-3 minutes. Delete also it will take 2-3 minutes. To restart, stop, everything it takes time. But Docker, very less time. To build your container, to delete your container, to start it, to stop it, to recreate it, different environments. It will take very less time. So this is the difference between Docker and VMware, guys. This is again interview question also. Okay, what is the difference between Docker and VMware? So you have to answer all these things. Minimum. There are so what is virtualization? What is containerization? For that also same answer. So any questions, guys, here? Are you clear about this? What is the difference? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is about Docker, and that's the reason we are using Docker, guys. Docker has more advantages. It reduces your project cost like anything.
So we do
Okay,
not need to download Docker like how we download the VMware.
exactly.
Got it.
Again, to install VMware also it takes more time.
Mm-hmm.
So Deepti, do we know already VMware? For our laptops also we can install.
Yes, kind of.
Okay, same kind. But in real time, if it is your own data center, first we don't install OS.
Mm.
Directly VMware we can install.
Okay.
Okay, now in your laptop, first you're installing Windows.
OS
On
and
top of it, you're
then,
installing VMware, right?
yes.
But in real time, directly we can install VMware. No need to install OS first. So we can install as a, so that software is called as ESXi.
Okay.
ESXi. The product name is ESXi server. The VMware like I mean tool name, product name. Directly we can install as a OS. Okay, na? On top of it, you can install VMwares again, VM again. First VM, second VM, Windows or Linux or whatever you need, you can build.
Got it. And for Dockers, you need an operating system, and on that operating system, you're just downloading it. It's just an image file, not the actual, right?
Yes, you're right. Okay, so you can take a screenshot if you need.
Yes.
Everybody, someone can you please take this screenshot and send it in group chat? So any questions here? Otherwise, we'll move on. Okay, yeah, let's proceed. So Vijay, take the control.
Okay, sir.
Vijay Rajkumar. Yeah, I given control to you. So guys, even we can install our own images also, guys. We can create our own images also. So there are different ways. So one of the way I will show you now. Why I need image, I will tell you. Okay, but just create it. Let's create it. Example, like in your environment real time, guys, compulsory you need 3 setups for anything, for any application. One development server will be there, one test server will be there, one production server will be there for same application. Compulsory. Okay, so generally it will be same setup, same thing required, only maybe names might be different and all, but remaining all setup will be same. In that case, if it is Docker, so rebuilding your environments are very easy, guys. Okay, let's take, I have a requirement now. Okay, to build 3 servers, 3 containers for your application. One for development purpose, one is for testing purpose, one is for production purpose. Now let's see that how to do that. Do Docker PS. Okay, as of now one container is there. Let's log into it. Example, my requirement is maybe some application installation, application or database or whatever your wish. Okay, yeah, Docker execute -it, the container id space /bin/bash. Okay, so let's install some Java. Yum install Java. You're inside a container now. See the prompt. You're not in Docker host now. Inside Docker host, inside container, you are there now. Now whatever you are doing, it will be applicable to your container, not to your Docker host. Java na application na, whatever you need, you can install. Just I'm showing as an example. Okay, install Git also. Example I am showing, guys. You can install whatever the application you need. See, most of the commands won't work out in Docker container. Okay. Example, I'm installing Java, Git, HTTPD, whatever you need. Install HTTPD also.
Sir, done, sir.
Okay. So all maybe configuration part also I did as only. Just assume that. Now clear the exit from the container. Okay, now guys, just assume that. So I did my configuration, everything, whatever I need. Now let's build a image with that container, guys. I can create a, so from my container also I can take the image. I can create the image. So yeah, let's do this. First do Docker PS. This is the container which is running with all my application configuration. Let's take, let's create an image from that AMI. Docker commit, Docker space, commit space, your container ID or container name. Name also you can use it, guys. Wherever you are using container ID, you can use name also. Enter.
Is this possible, like to make an user-friendly name for the?
Yes, I can name it also. So do Docker images now. See, guys, I got the image. I can name it now. Okay, for my image also I can give my own name. Let's give it Docker tag. You can give while creation also, but after creation also you can give Docker space tag space your image ID. You got one image ID, right? Space. Do you have Docker Hub account ID? Give the Docker Hub ID.
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah, give that ID. Slash without space. Slash your maybe image name. What you want to give. So something. What is there in that image? We do have CentOS, Git, Java. Some standard name we will make it. Your wish. Any small letter you can use. CentOS underscore Git. Maybe HTTPD under something like that. Okay, na? Just example I'm giving like this. Enter now. Now do Docker images. You can see the name for your. See, guys, this is my own image now. What is the size? 542 MB. Why it is showing 542 MB, guys? Actual image is 209 MB only. But why my own image showing as 542 MB? What is there in this image?
Because we installed Java and Git other applications on it.
Exactly. We installed Java, Git, HTTPD, whatever I need, I installed. I did the setup. Now what will be there in this image? Java Git CentOS. Now I can use it anywhere. Okay, I can push it in Docker Hub also. Let's do this. Docker push. First Docker login. Enter. Provide the username password for your Docker Hub. So what is the use of this Docker image? I will explain in tomorrow class. As of now, let's create login. Okay, login succeeded. Now let's push this image to Docker Hub. Docker push the image name or image ID, anything you can give. Enter. Okay, give the name only. It seems ID it's not taking. Docker push the complete name. Now go to your Docker Hub. There you can see. Anybody can see this image now. By default, the images are public images. Of course, you can make it private also. Scroll up. So here repositories option is there. Scroll up. So once that upload is done, it will show here. See guys. Now anybody can use it. Anybody has Docker host now? Example, I have test purpose one more Docker host, one more EC2 instance. Okay, now there I can build a new container with this image now. I no need to redo my work. Whatever I did in development environment, I no need to redo it. Simple. In one click, I can build my Docker container with for testing purpose also. So in one more Docker host, I will maintain Docker for production purpose. I will create one more Docker container. I no need to redo my work. Okay, na? So this is how you can create your own images also, guys. And in tomorrow class, I will explain what is the advantage of these images. Why we have to create our own images. There is one more way also to create image. Maybe that is the last concept, not now. Okay, there are some topics before that. Okay, but this is one of the way to create your container, to create your images. Okay, na? Yeah. In tomorrow. So any questions in today's class?
Sir, if
So
you
guys,
do Docker PS now,
not only the thing which we are covering in class, as I told guys, after the class again go with Google once. Try go with my interview questions to get more knowledge. So few guys only depending on my class. It's not a good practice. Not only here, anywhere. Okay, so there are so many things. Again, Docker is it's a ocean again. After the class, go with interview questions. In that way, you can extend your knowledge. Try to do that, guys. Do R&D. Go with my Google Drive. There you have so many things to learn. Docker folder is there. There, go with that. So what exactly there? What are the things I have to know apart from the class? YouTube. Go with YouTube videos. Go with Google again to do R&D. In that way, you will get the knowledge. Okay. So again, yeah. With one more thing, without Docker, Kubernetes won't come, guys. Next topic is Kubernetes after Docker. So if you know Docker, then only you can understand Kubernetes. Please make sure that. Yeah. Any questions?
sir, in the Docker PS, when we are doing, so the current images, whatever install in that server, that we can list it up over there, right?
Yes. Docker PS will show Docker containers. Example, if you go to EC2 dashboard, what it will show? It will show all the running and stopped whatever you have, right? Same.
Yes.
Docker PS also PS-EA will show both. Docker PS will show only running.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir. In the Docker
Yeah.
PS, we are seeing a name, right? The container ID and the end at the
Yes.
end we are seeing a name. That name
Yes.
will we can change as per our convenience, or it will be
Yes.
fixed.
Yes, we can change it. So while creating your container, you can give the option called hyphen name space your name, which name you need. So I give an hyphen DAT option, right?
Yes.
Hyphen DAT space hyphen name space your name, which name I need, space your image name. So you will get the desired name for your container. Okay? Yes, it is possible. Yeah, good question. But again, guys, whenever you get a doubt after the class, or maybe in class, that is fine. But after the class, if you get a doubt, first try to Google it. Okay, so because while Googling with one topic, you will get other topics also, guys. That is the advantage actually. So try to get as much as information before the class itself. Okay. Yeah, now we explained about Docker commit command. What is Docker commit, how it works, what is happening. So those things, and I'll Google it after the class again. It helps you. Yeah. Okay then, guys. So we'll meet again tomorrow. Same time, same link. Practice more. Docker is very, very important topic, guys. Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye, sir.
Bye.